Today we're going to talk about forming adverbs from first and second declension adjectives. And before we jump into the adverbs themselves, let's review our first and second declension adjectives. Remember, we called these three-part adjectives because when you're given the word, you're given three parts. Here we have altus, alta, altum, high or deep. So each part is one gender. So remember, the first principal part tells you the masculine, altus. The second part of the adjective, alta, is the feminine. And the third part, altum, is the neuter. And finding the stem for the adverb is just like finding the stem for the adjective. We always go to the feminine, that second part, alta. We drop off that A, and that gives us our stem, A-L-T. And adverbs are very simple to form. This actually might be our easiest lesson of the year. All you do to form the adverb is add an E with an omicron. So that gives you alte, which technically means highly, which is not really a word in English, so we can say on high. And this is how you'll form every regular adverb. You go to that feminine form, you drop the A, and you add an E with a omicron. Now, of course, there are a few irregulars that you're just going to have to memorize, and here are the two that we'll know so far. And the irregular adverb of bonus, bona, bonum, is bene, which means well. And the irregular of malus, mala, malum is male, which means badly. Notice that male is almost regular, the only thing it's missing is the macron over the E. So, let's practice these. Below are 4 adjectives. What I'd like you to do is to change them into adverbs and translate the adverb into English. This will be a good time for you to pause the recording and have a few minutes to work on this. We'll review in a second. Alright, let's review. Number 1, feros, fera, ferum means wild or savage in English. So, remember, we go to that second principal part, fera, it's the feminine. We drop our A and add E with a macron. And fere becomes savagely. Same thing with number 2, amicus, amica, amicum. We go to our feminine form, amica. We drop that A, add an E, and it becomes amicae, which means friendly, in a friendly manner. Now, number 3, miser, misera, miserum, is one of those slightly irregular adjectives because the first principal part, miser, doesn't end in us. However, if you follow your rules, it won't matter. You always go to the feminine, misera, you drop the A from that, and that gives you misere, miserably. Follow those simple steps, and it will always work. And finally, number 4, again, pulcher, pulchra, pulchrum, which is beautiful. Go to that second principal part, the feminine, pulchra, drop the A, add your E with a macron, and you get beautifully. Alright, let's talk about our takeaways from this lesson, one of the shorter ones we're going to have on the year. Remember the simple steps for forming your adverb from a 3-part adjective. You always go to the feminine, altus, alta, altum, so alta, the feminine, the second principal part. You drop off that A, and you add E with a macron, and that gives you your adverb, alte, highly or on high.